Hey guys, Koi Cake's back here again. It's been a couple of months. I actually took a comic break for about a month and was just a little burnt out, didn't buy anything. But then came back and bought. I came back pretty strong and bought some nice books. So here I'm with Comic Haul number 13, I believe. And let me start off with some of the cheaper dollar books and half price books that I bought. Um, that's a Conan Classics collection second set background that we got there. And you'll have to excuse the squeaks that you hear. I'm on the second floor, and my floor is pretty squeaky. So I got this set of the Dark Tower 1 through 7 just to read to see what's like the story. I read one novel when I was a kid and I thought it was pretty good. Can't remember which one it is, so I'm going to read these. And again, I got these for like $1 a piece. More dollar books. Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 13 classic McFarlane cover. Really can't go wrong with that. And I got the set of Wherever Evil, Arkham War. Just, they're dollar books, so I figured why not. They look pretty cool. Maybe I'll get a chance to read them, see how they turn out. And then I got this Black Adam lenticular, I don't know, Justice League 7.4. I just thought it looked pretty cool, so I just picked it up. Again, dollar book, can't go wrong. Alright. Rick and Morty 7, 8, 12, another copy of 12. The Superman 204. It's a pretty cool looking cover. It goes well with the Detective 608 second print, so I picked it up. And I picked up this Man of Steel number 30. And the reason I got this is because there's some stickers on the back. I thought that was kind of cool. It's got the Lobo and Superman sticker, so I picked that up for $1. That was pretty cool. Alright, ended up finding this Cross number 1. I think that's the only edition there is. I got that for $1. Pit number 1 newsstand. Let me see that. Again, $1 book. And I picked up some of these Adam Hughes books. Actually, got these on over here. Vampirella number 6, one of his early works. I got that one actually from Half Price Books. Legion number 35. The first time I saw that, I didn't even realize it was his, but it is. So I got another copy. Fairest number 3. Just actually one of my favorite covers from him. Dr. Manhattan number 1. Again his. Catwoman 48, 53. Got 2 copies of that. And then number 55 and number 83. So again, just more cheap dollar books. Can't really go wrong there. Picked up the Josh Middleton cover B of Aquaman number 26. I like his art. I mean, I hated his NYX number 3 cover, but otherwise most of his stuff's pretty good. So again, just picked it up because I like the cover. I got a Venom number 1 Lethal Protector newsstand. I paid too much for it. I actually lost an auction. I got a second chance offer, so my dumb ass didn't even realize how much it was, and I just pressed OK automatically and ended up paying too much for it, but it is what it is. I wish it was in a little better shape. It's got scratches like most other of the lethal Venoms. The Metal number 2 Delano Virgin variant. When I first looked at it, I thought it was pretty good, but then when I look at her face, it reminds me that Delano's not very good with female faces. He's like the Lee Bermejo with his butter faces. Alright, speaking of Hughes, Wonder Woman 184. Another non-variant cover that goes for a lot of money. It's like $50 or $60. Actually, it's more than that actually. Hard to find in a 9.8, and it's really hard to find to see online if they're really good because of this old, I guess the aging that they do on here. So again, if you can find a real good copy, graded. Grayson number 2 variant. I forget who does the variant, but again, nice copy. I just haven't had one in a while, so I decided to pick one up. And then I bought some ground offs. So there's the Darth Vader number 1 variant. I think that's volume 2. Oh, sorry. Yeah, volume 2. Inferno number 1. X-Men number... I forget what number it is. Anyway, I got the trade dress and the Virgin variant. And then this one's actually pretty cool. X-Men number 3, the Panini comics, which is celebrating the 20th anniversary of the Panini publishing. That's a foreign variant. I don't think there's a cover of that in the U.S. anywhere, so glad I picked that up. Shout out to my friend Mark Terry, who's in France, for picking that up for me. All right. Secret Empire variant number 0. That was a freebie. Someone sent it in one of the orders, so I just put it there. I can't remember. Ultimate number 3, the Frank Cho variant. Got this one for a really, really cheap price. I think I got it for like $3 or something like that. It's probably like a like 9290, but again for $3, can't go wrong. Star Wars Wizard half Boba Fett. I've got a little bit of Boba Fett collection going, not much, but figured I saw this and I had to have it, and I finally found it for a good enough price that I was willing to pay for it. Oops. Well, that kind of slid down. Cowboy Ninja Viking number 1. I didn't realize that this is like a size of a Golden Age book. But I found this for cover price, so pretty happy about that. It's also probably like a 9290. Supposedly Chris Pratt has plans to keep making that movie. I bought some of these old Thor books. This is number 111, number 110, number 109. Number 107, 106, 104. I wish I had number 3, which is the first Enchantress and what's his name, the guy that loves her. Anyway, and also came with 102. I got a pretty good price for this. As you know, I've been buying pretty heavily and specking pretty heavily on Journey to Mystery. Sorry, these are all Journey to Mystery. I'm the one I'm thinking of. But I've been specking pretty heavily on the 102 first appearance of Hela. I think she's going to be really good. But anyway, I got this set. And then I picked up another issue of this, of the Gem 102. Again, just won an auction. I've been buying quite a bit of these. This is like my 6th or 7th copy, I think. So there's this one. Let me see how many more I got. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, and I also have a slab 6.5. So again, specking pretty heavily on this. Hopefully it pans out well. If not, then got a bunch of these to hold on to. And the thing is, this is that I should actually have at least 3 more. My dumbass, what happened was there were a couple of books that came up on Buy It Now for a really good price, like $75 for a couple of copies, and they were best offers. So being the cheap person I am, I tried to offer them $65, but as soon as I put it in, someone else won it. So moral of the story is, if it's cheap, buy it when you can. Don't wait. Let me move on to the slabs. So Amazing Spider-Man number 569, the ground variant. I was actually pretty happy about this. I sent this up to get reslabbed at Baltimore, and I actually got this through a PGX 9.8. So glad it turned out well. This was one of the more books I was pretty anxious about getting a 9.8 on. Rick and Morty number 25 sketch edition. Just a sketch, a 9.8 by Kyle Starks. These have actually been going up quite a bit in price. They're hitting like 200 something. Most times that you see them, they're through CGC, but this one's a CBCS. And it's the same book, but CBCS, and I got it for a lot cheaper than these other CGC books. Another CBCS book, Convergence number 0, the Hughes variant, just Catwoman. This one's supposed to be trending up, but who knows? But anyway, it's a 9.8. I got it for a good price, so can't complain. Some more books I've gotten. Swamp Thing number 49, 9.8. Supposedly Justice League Dark is supposed to be trending up. Who knows? I got it for cheap. And I don't think there's been a consensus on the market what's the first appearance of Justice League Dark, but anyway, got that in just because it was cheap. Sandman number 1, 9.4. This is a pretty screwed up book. So I originally subbed this as a pre-screen 9.8 a couple months ago. And it came back as a 9.8 qualified book. So they didn't slab it because it was qualified. So it passed the 9.8. But I couldn't figure out why it was qualified. So I sent it up to Baltimore to get on-site graded and came back at 9.4. So from a 9.8 qualified to a 9.4 without any grader notes, no idea what's happened with this book. Alright, next one is Sweet Tooth number 1, signed by Jeff Lemire. And this book I bought cracked. So I actually got it for really, really cheap. Factoring what it was going to cost to reslab the book, it's still cheaper than what you would normally pay for a 9.8. So I try to look out for those deals, but they don't usually come up. All right, some more slabs. Miss Marvel number 1, the first series. This is the old CGC case. I've got quite a Miss Marvel collection going, and I'm kind of, I guess you say, a little OCD on my collection. I've been trying to get the older her older books, or not even that old, but some of her earlier books in a old slab CGC case. I had a CBCS one, and I just was able to find this, so I'm replacing that with this. All new Wolverine number 4, the Ryan Sook variant. Sook's a great artist. I love yellow covers. It was only it was just only a matter of time before I got one. I was just trying to find one for the right price. I missed out on a signed copy, which I really wanted because I would have the yellow label, like matches the yellow cover. Just getting me being OCD, but pretty happy with this. It's a good cover. Supergirl number 1, the Rebirth title, Hughes variant. I've got the Legion of Superheroes 23, so this is a good match. And again, I got this for real cheap, so just eye candy stuff. All right, Batman and Robin's Adventure number 18. Ty Templeton Joker cover. This is actually my second copy I bought, but again, it was so cheap that I couldn't pass it up. Batman Adventures 12, the Virgin variant, the Tim Virgin variant. Came back at 9.6. I was pretty disappointed. I think I picked it up and showed it in my last haul. And I sent this up to Baltimore. I was hoping for a 9.8, but didn't make the grade, so well, anyway. And just to say, I do have a little bit of a Harley collection going as well. Harley and Ivy, Love on the Lamb, a nice Chiodo cover, 9.8. Again, just got it for real cheap. I've got an unslabbed copy somewhere, but I don't think it's a 9.8, so saw this and decided to pick it up. Batman Adventures number 12. This is a convention, the Acetate. Again, a little bit of a yellow cover going. It's another John Boy Mayers cover. I'm not really that big of a fan of John Boy Mayers, but again, it was so cheap that I decided to pick it up. Not my favorite cover, but it kind of intersects between two different collections I have going. So this is the Bill Sienkiewicz cover of Harley Rebirth number 1. Again, super cheap. I think it was like $20 or something like that. And if you can get a slab book for like $20, not including shipping, of course, for 9.8, that's just way too cheap to pass up. And speaking of Bill Sienkiewicz, I picked up some more for my collection. The DK3 number 8, I believe. Bill S cover. Again, got it real cheap. I actually have a ungraded copy from Bruce Leroy that he sent to me as a gift. But again, this is cheap, you know. I picked up a Dune #1, another classic Bill S cover. I've been wanting this for a while. I might. It's a 3-part series. I might end up getting the other 2 issues, but it's kind of hard to find a 9.8. So I'll be on the lookout for those. But again, just adding to the Bill S collection. So those are the so-so covers I got so far. The Deadly Class #1 variant with what's her name, Saya? I forget what her name is, but again, they've got a series coming on Sci-Fi, so hopefully this book picks up. Otherwise, not. It's a decent looking cover. I'm not too worried if I don't move it or if I keep it or whatever. Okay, so a couple more books that I had shown raw before, and I just got these graded. So this is the ASM 300, 8.5. Pretty disappointed in this. I sent this up to get graded at Baltimore also. Oh no, sorry. I sent this one just through the mail, but this was a 9.2 CBCS raw grade, and I don't know if they're just grading tougher at CGC right now or what the deal is, but to go from 9.2 to 8.5, that's pretty disappointing, especially if it's graded by CBCS. So I don't know if they graded it too leniently as a raw book or as a raw grade, or if CGC just graded it too strictly. It's hard to say. CGC's been all over the board. All right. Send this one up to Baltimore. I got 9.4, which is about what I thought it would be. I had it. I bought it. I pressed it, or I had it pressed, and then came back at 9.4. So pretty happy with this one. All right. Some more books. So, like I said, I took a month break, but I kind of went crazy after that. Saga #1, CBCS. Can't go wrong with this book. I got it for a really good price, actually. There was a best offer, and I put in a best offer, and it was a real good price. So, again, this is one of those books that if you don't move right away, just kind of sit and wait on it. Their fan base is just crazy. All right. Immortal Iron Fist, second print variant #1. The Del Auto cover. I don't think I've ever seen this in 9.8, and I'm not even that huge of a Del Auto fan. I like Iron Fist though, so I decided to get it. Not sure what I'm going to do with it, but got it nonetheless. All right. Deadpool 11, the Hastings 8-bit variant. That I bought that actually raw, and I had it graded. I sent it with through the mail also. I got it graded. Came back at 9.6. I don't think I could have done anything better than that. Another 8-bit variant, Deadpool #27, the Taco Time variant. I'm not sure you guys can see that, but again, they look nice together. I'm not even really a big a Deadpool fan. I like 8-bit covers, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do these. We'll figure something out. Here's one that I'm actually pretty happy about. So I sent this up to get graded at Baltimore. This was a 7.5 that I cracked and had pressed, and it was not the old case, but the blue case before this, the new Fortress cases, and they graded it 7.5. When I looked at it, I was like, wait, there's no way 7.5. So got it pressed, and I think it was like a 9.0 when I cracked it. It graded out at 9.2, so pretty happy about this. This is one that I've been wanting to get for a while, the Ultimate Spider-Man 160. I think this is the last issue, the Quesada sketch variant. I actually like the color variant as well, but I saw this for a good price and I got it. Pretty happy about this book. I just like the cover. I mean, it's just a real nice cover to me. Alright. Mighty Thor #10, the Venom variant. 9.8. I paid good money for this, but I think I got a good deal out of it. I've gotten quite a few. Well, not quite a few, but I've had some of the Venom variants. So, well, just another one I picked up. All right, X21 #1, the Georgievic variant. I actually had this in one of my hauls before. This was a raw that I bought off eBay, and I sent up to Baltimore to get graded, and came back in a 9.8. So, pretty happy about that. Here's another raw that was, I think, in my last haul video. The Last Man #1. Was nervous about this because there was a mark on the back, and there were a couple of dings in it. I wouldn't say dings, but there were like, some depressions in the cover. Had it pressed, and it came back at 9.8. Had this one sent up to Baltimore. So, again, pretty happy about that. And last but not least, these two I bought raw off of Craigslist, and I bought them at $150 for both of them. So for them to come back 9.8, very happy about these. That Tick #1 is kind of a rare book, and it's gotten pretty pricey. I think the last one sold for like $21 or $2200. So I'll probably end up selling these or something. I like the Tick, and Tick was one of the first books I actually bought way back in the day from New England Comics when they still had their mail order, when they started their mail order thing. So pretty happy about the grades for this. Otherwise, I don't know what's going to come next. I'm pretty much running out of raw books, so we'll see what I'll get for next time. But thanks again, guys.